Welcome to the podcast, Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man as voted by everyone who's ever competed in the Super Bowl, which is being held right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Who do we have in the chat room right now? iBook Boy, Sully, The Real Griff 308, iBook Boy, The Real Griff, Cam 702, Piggy Malone, Miss XO Twitch, Mob and Waffle, Day Day, Punk Rock Noir 308, Low Key, Griff, Sully, Fitnoid, Late Bloomer, Day Day, iBook Boy, Paul Miranda, Gyges, Sully Waldrop, Chillin' Pete, WP Gutta, D-Trick, and maybe some lurkers who will remain unnamed. Happy to be here on this podcast, which we do every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. We are starting today's podcast at 3:31. Can you imagine? We're only one day late. We do this podcast on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. What have I been doing all week? It was a little bit of, I would say, a productive week, a little bit exciting, some fun stuff, some boring stuff. It rained all day yesterday. It's going to rain again on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It's going to be such a rainy week. And I should have known that would happen because on, I think, Tuesday of this week, I got some work done on my mini ramp. I got one whole side completely double sheeted. My buddy Nick came over. He has impact drill, which works way more than my regular compact drill. And we had a lot of work done. Turns out I need a few more 2x4s to get the other deck finished. But we've made some great progress. And I should have known that with any great progress comes a huge setback, a metaphor for my life. Anytime you just start to be getting comfortable in life, or maybe your money's going good, or your job's going good, or your relationship is going good, whatever it is, your car hasn't been making any problems lately, and then boom, flat tire, boom, you're fired, boom, big fucking problem, boom, a pipe breaks in your front yard, boom, your roof starts leaking. So, of course, you know, we make some great progress on the ramp. I look at it. I said, oh boy, it's almost time for Masonite. I have almost everything I need. Couple more screws. Oh boy, can't wait to get started on this again tomorrow. And then big rain for 24 hours straight. And then I say to myself, well, that's funny because that's funny. I live in the desert. It never rains for the entire year. All year long, we probably get 3 inches of rain from the entire year. But that's only when I'm not building a skateboard ramp. Okay? On the years, if we go back in history, every year that I've built a skateboard ramp, it has been monsoon season. It is day after day, month after month of rain, and it only happens after a small bit of progress. They say the Jews are controlling the weather. No, it's me. It's me. Every time I get a little bit happy and life is going good and the mini ramp is almost being made, then it rains. And that's what's been going on. But the good news is, regarding skateboarding, is this week I put out a 2023 skateboarding like highlight video. If you guys haven't seen that, I think, actually that was last week. I think that was on last Friday. Maybe it was this week, I don't know. Go back and check it out. I know a lot of you guys don't have time to watch every single one of my YouTube videos. You might not see all 52 videos I put out this year of me skating on Fridays. But what you can do now is you can go back and look at the 2023 highlight video. It's all my best tricks from the entire year. I skate once a week. I try to land a new trick every week. And part of the reason for that is, number one, you know, to come up with a skateboarding video every week, let you guys know I'm still skating, challenge myself to learn something new or relearn something that I used to be good at and now I suck at. But the best part of that is at the end of the year, I can put it all together into a video. I may have talked about this last week, but I don't remember. You guys think, some of you guys may think I do these podcasts and I just remember what happened last week, or I remember, that one episode where I said that one thing. Bro, I filmed these on Monday. No, sorry, I filmed these on Friday and then they upload on Sunday. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. By the time Sunday rolls around, I'm reading the comments on the podcast that I just did 3 days ago, I don't remember any of it. And part of that is also your guys' fault because it's an hour-long podcast sometimes, right? Maybe between 30 minutes and 45 minutes is how long this podcast usually goes. We cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 topics, and then we do like an article maybe, and then, you know, something local, news. We do all that. We discuss a ton of things, and then one person will just write, I don't agree about what you said about that one guy. And I'm like, you don't agree with what I said about that one guy? This is a 45-minute podcast. What in the fuck are you talking about? The crazy part about the podcast is we didn't just talk about that one guy. We've probably mentioned dozens of characters throughout our podcast, several ideas, several jokes. They'll be like, nah, that joke wasn't funny that you said about that guy. I'm like, oh, that one joke? Half the podcast is nothing but jokes. You could put a timestamp, or even though you're like, I disagree with something, or man, I totally agree about that. About what? It's 45 minutes. What? I just assume it's everything. You know what it is? I hit the heart button. I appreciate the comment. Moving on. I would love to respond to you, maybe help you understand my perspective, but no one knows what you're talking about. So that's complete bullshit. Why are we talking about this? Anyways, the 2023 highlight came out, and I'm proud of it. Okay, am I proud of it? No. There's way too much slow-mo. I thought I had more tricks than I had, so I had to stretch out a lot of the slow-mo in the video. So it kind of plays boring. And I knew people would say that. Not as many people said that as I thought that they would. But if I submitted my video to Ninja Review, I'd probably be hating on my own video. But whatever. I try to at least keep it real with you guys. I'm proud of my tricks. The video is fine. But is it a 10 out of 10? No. The good news is I have plenty of other fucking 10 out of 10 videos. Everyone's like, you know what else I get a lot lately? And it's mostly on only one single video. I have a video where I make fun of T-Funk. And all the videos say, man, imagine if this guy skated, then he would know about skateboarding. And it's just like, oh, you're commenting on this channel that literally has 1,000 skate videos of me skating. There's 1,000 of them. All you have to do is move your little finger over and then click videos. Then you can see all of my skating. On top of that, not to be like a cocky person, but I've been skating for a long time. In my prime, I'm certainly in my prime, I was better than 99.9% of anyone who's ever commented on my videos. That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. And then right now, 10 years out of my prime, when I'm old and shitty and my back hurts and I can barely do flip tricks, I can't do handrails, I still have some skateboarding tricks, but I'm really not a good skater. Even me as a mediocre skateboarder, I'm still better than 80% of the people leaving comments. And you guys might not know where this is going. That doesn't mean that I'm allowed to have a better opinion than you. I could be the greatest skateboarder of all time, and my opinion is no more valid than opinion of a guy that's only been skating 1 year. The thing that blows me away is that the 1 year skater who can't do any of these tricks is going to tell me that I'm not allowed to have an opinion because I don't skate as much as the 1 year guy. First off, you're wrong about you being good at skating. Second off, you're wrong about your time skating means you have a better opinion. And third off, your opinion's wrong. Like you couldn't be more wrong about everything. And I get a lot of these guys who are like, you can't critique a pro skater because they're pro and you're not. Oh, I can't. Okay, what? So what? I can't critique the president of the United States. I can't critique Gordon Ramsay. I can't critique a sports athlete. I can't critique any sporting event ever. In fact, unless I have a PhD in any given topic, I'm not allowed to speak. That sounds grand. That sounds grand. How about you lead by example? How about you lead by example? Like, first off, you're commenting on my YouTube channel. I'm a much more successful YouTuber than 99.9% of people who've ever commented, why don't we use your little theory? And maybe if you really wanted me to shut up about T-Funk, maybe you should shut the fuck up about how I do YouTube, because it worked pretty well. Fastest growing YouTuber, skateboarding YouTuber for a long time. One of the first major viral brands. One of the first YouTubers to get the silver plaque or whatever. Like maybe you leave the YouTube to me, and then you know what you guys are good at? Eating grilled cheese sandwiches that your mom made. How about this? I'll never critique you eating a grilled cheese that your mom made for you, and you never critique my line of work that I've spent a lot of time doing. I'll never eat your mom's grilled cheese as good as you. And you motherfuckers will never achieve like what I've done in skateboarding. So we can all just be quiet, right? Or we can do what I'm talking about. Or anyone can say anything. That's the world I live in. I'm pretty hyped on it. Anyone can say anything. I love that I get this too. And I've gone over this a million times. These guys go on the comments and they say, "Oh shit, you talked shit on a pro skater? Oh yeah, it's a matter of time before you get your ass beat. Oh, good luck going outside. Someone's gonna beat your ass." Oh, someone. I've been waiting 24 years for all these someones. I'm just wondering at this point, after being threatened over 100,000 times on YouTube, where are all the someones? Where are all those big bad someones? Because in text form, they're everywhere. I'm surrounded. I'm up against a corner. I'm feeling really threatened in the text version. But where's the real life version of all the someones? They're gonna beat my ass for being hilarious. I haven't found any. I think it must be one of those rare things on earth. Like, you know how they have to get a special pig to go find rare truffles in the forest? I need a special pig to find some internet hater who's actually ever gonna do anything to me. But the one thing I never run short of is people saying, "When I see you, I'll beat your ass." Someone's gonna beat your ass. Hundreds of thousands of comments. Some of them live in the same city as me. And I still sit here every Friday and I say, "Hey everyone, it's Friday. You know what I do on Friday? The same thing every weekend. I go to Joker's bar for all the someones that want to come beat me up." I'm so unafraid that I dox myself every Friday, just hoping that one day I'm proven wrong. And I don't actually want to get punched, but at this point I'm convinced, like, I feel like there's more people that have seen aliens, that have been abducted by aliens, than people who are actually ever going to even call me a mean word in real life. Because that's part of it too. I go to these skating events and no one's ever like, "Hey, what the fuck, dude?" You know what they do? They take a picture of me from across the room and they say, "I caught him slipping." Who? What? Ow! Ouch! Oh! God! I better chill out. Some guy's gonna zoom in his phone from across the fucking Super Bowl and take a photo of me that's kind of blurry, that might be me, might not be me, and oh God! Like, I don't even have to fear words at this point, because the farthest anyone's got this thus far is take a photo of me from far away. Not even say, like, I don't even get any, like, you know what's meaner? You know what hurts my feelings more than someone walking up to me and like giving me a death threat? When someone says, "Hey, I used to watch your videos. I don't watch them anymore." And then I go, "Ow." Like, that was kind of cold. It was honest. It was real. It was painful to me because I used to have you as a subscriber and now I don't. It was like, it was true. It was the true version of you. You weren't trying to impress anyone. And I go, "Ow, that one hurt." That comment's cut deep. You know what comment doesn't cut deep? "Ninja's gay and he's bad at skating." Okay, listen, you can't hurt my feelings if you're this emotional. The guy that hurts my feelings is the guy that just stone face goes, "I used to watch your videos, man. I don't watch them anymore." That's what hurts. Okay? The pretend guy with the T-Funk pants that runs up to me and goes, "Fuck, you look like a condom." I go, "Okay. Okay. Okay. You need a nap. You need a nappy nap. Somebody needs a little nappy nap. Go over there and take a picture of me and then go to sleep. Go over there, take a picture of me, and go to sleep. And maybe mommy will give you a grilled cheese later. Maybe. No guarantees. So, anyways, a little bit of a rant. Little bit of a rant, dude. Like, I say, like, the haters don't get under my skin. Like, they get under my skin, but it's not because you're hurting my feelings. It's because I'm losing faith in humanity. It's because I'm saying, okay, like, I have some friends, like, I have new skateboarding friends, and they have to compare themselves to you. No wonder nobody wants to be a skateboarder. We just reviewed the Death Wish video. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. We just reviewed the Death Wish video, and the meanest thing that a skateboarder did was ask a security guard for his badge number so that he could go online and tattletale. Ooh, I can't wait to be a skater. People will fear me. People will fear skateboarders because guess what I'll do? I'll tell the manager. My God. Skateboard, bro, at Bunker Skate Park in the year 2004, people, we were boxing gloves. People were beating the fuck out of each other. We had like the high school, like weird bro gangs would show up, throw rocks. People were lighting fires. The dudes doing meth in the bushes. And now what's happening? Now we have people going, I need your badge number because I'm going to tell on you. And I'm not saying that skating should have a bad connotation, but it should not be the softest sport on earth. Okay? Like, skateboarding should not be up there with pillow fighting. Okay? Skateboarding should be down with like I don't know, rock climbing or dirt bike riding or like, I don't know, fucking at least professional wrestling. At least something where it's like athletic and there's like there's tension among everyone and there's like camaraderie, but also like there's beef. Like that's what I like to see. Not this whole he doesn't like my haircut or my pants. I don't want him on the team anymore. Like, oh God, what are they doing? What are they doing? Okay, whatever, old man. That guy, we've gone over a lot of rants right now. Whatever, old man. Okay, old man, whatever. What did I do this week? Well, I went out to eat with Fitnoid, and we went to this hot dog place. Got a big old delicious hot dog. It had like kimchi on it. It had some spicy aioli. It had actual raw jalapeno bits. Greatest hot dog. I really enjoyed it. Oh, it had pork belly on it. Ate the hot dog, loved it. Got some kimchi on the side. Not the best. Went next door. Because I said, hey, let's go next door. I heard they have the ghost pepper sauce. We get french fries with the ghost pepper sauce. Lights my whole asshole up. My stomach's on fire. My mouth is on fire. Which is exactly what I wanted. It's like I want to be just outside my comfort zone. I want to get so spicy that I'm just outside my comfort zone. And they did phenomenal. The place is called Chicago Brewery, by the way. And the other place is called Bulldoggies, if anyone wants to go one day. Or maybe if they franchise out. So we did that. But the funny part is, we go down there, I play $10 on the machine, they refuse to comp my drink, which is weird. Go upstairs, we go on this balcony, the balcony fucking sucks balls, go back downstairs, just wandering around. Just two people wandering around this bar. And eventually we sit down at this little cafe table, and I go over there to get a drink. Turns out if I'm sitting at the cafe table, which is, by the way, I don't really care. I don't like this dynamic. The cafe table is 5 feet away from the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not allowed to order a drink from the bar. I must sit there and wait for my server. But the bar's right there. But I have you right here, and you have no customers. I will pay you in cash. You give me the beer. I'll be my own server. I don't need to be on someone else's time. And they're like, yeah, well, the server will be in here eventually. She's got a lot of tables. And I'm like, no. For the low cost of free, I'll be the server. I'll give you the money. You give me the drinks. Transaction is over. And then you get a tip. And then it's over. And you get the tip. Anyways, as we're waiting, of course, as we're waiting, I've told you guys many times I'm just a magnet for weird people. I've been a magnet for weird people my whole life. I don't know what it is. Maybe you know, some magnets, like if you put them on one side, they push away. Put on the other side, they attract everyone. I'm that for weirdness. I have the weird side. Who do I push away? So I attract weirdos. I push away maybe smart people. Maybe anyone with a brain is like magnetically against me, and then weird people they just stuck to me. So anyways, I'll tell you guys the story. I sit down. This guy goes, "Hey, what's up? I'm Tomas." I'm like, he's like, "You want your seat back?" I'm like, "No, we haven't been sitting there for a while. We went upstairs. We went over there. I don't need my seat back, bro. It's yours." He goes, "I'll move over, man. You can have your seat back." I'm like, "Nah, dude, you're fine. I'm just gonna get a beer, and we got a new seat over there where I'm sitting together. I'm sitting with this girl, me and her. Don't need my seat back next to you." He goes, "Oh, well, I'm a magician." What? Excuse me? Yeah, I'm a magician. No big deal, but I'm a magician. I'm the third most famous magician that's ever been on America's Got Talent. I said, oh damn. So you're famous. The third most. Whoa. Hold on. Can I get a photo of the third most famous? Anyways, he kept talking about cigarettes over and over again. And then he did a trick where he shoved like a dildo in his ass and it came out of his belly button. No, I'm joking. He shoved a Sharpie into his nose and pulled it out of his ear, and I was like, "Oh, neat." And then he pulled something out of my ear. I was like, "Oh, cards in my ear." And I'm like playing funny, trying to be social. I'm like, "Oh, damn, did I have a playing card in my ear the whole time?" Playing the dumb guy, kind of like, "Oh, like nice joke." So anyways, I go back and sit down after I'm told I cannot buy drinks at the bar. And then of course I felt it. He comes over, he's like, he starts saying like, "Yeah, I didn't sell enough tickets to my show, so now I do free shows at this bar. I hang out at this bar all the time. You got to see all my tricks." And I'm like, okay, like I know this guy has a deck of cards. He shows me a trick, and then he does a cool card trick. I also like this part, which maybe you won't understand. He's playing this game where I have to watch the card. He's moving it around. And obviously he switches them somehow. So when I pick the right card, it's supposed to be the wrong card. So I'm looking at him, like I'm looking at the cards, I'm watching them. And then some lady like hits a jackpot beside me and goes, "Whoa!" And I look up and I look back at the cards and I think to myself, I've lost track of the cards. And he goes, "Where's the ace?" And I go, "I don't know, this one." And he's like, "Oh, you got it right." I was like, "Oh yeah, it's because I stopped paying attention." Do it again. This time I'll pay attention. I'll get it wrong. So anyways, and then this guy starts pouring salt into his hand. He does a trick where he puts salt in one hand and then does this and then does this, and there's no salt anywhere, and then he pours the salt. By the way, at this point, me and Fitnoid were looking on the ground. Salt everywhere. There's salt on every... He must have done this trick 50 times on this very day. There's salt everywhere. And before we even leave, he's throwing more salt everywhere. And then he did it with beer. And he throws the beer up and there's beer all over our table where we're going to eat the French fries. There's salt everywhere. He's been salting this bar since noon. Me and her showed up at like 8 p.m. Salt is everywhere. I look down like... I promise you, dude. I don't know like a volume of salt, but I would say like a football-sized amount of salt was all at every bar stool, and then ours, a ton was there too. And it was the coarse salt, which was great. I tried to watch the trick really hard. I tried to figure out how he did it. I couldn't figure it out. So then, of course, you know me, I had to go on YouTube. I figured it out. Turns out he had a fake thumb on the whole time. So he would put the fake thumb in his hand, pour the salt in his hand. He would go like this to stuff the salt in, like, "Oh, I stuffed it in." And then he'd go, "Oh, it's gone." But then he has the fake salt. The salt is still in his fake thumb now. And then he goes, "Ah." And then he goes, "Whoop." And now he has salt in this hand and go, "Brrr." I said, "Oh, that was pretty clever. I gave away the secret. Whatever." I once met another magician with Andy Schrock. It's so funny. We were on Fremont, randomly walking around one day years ago, and he goes, "I know you." And it's just some random guy. And he goes, "Oh, I know you." Apparently, they're both from Cincinnati, and this guy's a magician. Andy's a pro skateboarder, a skateboard brand owner. I don't know what everyone labels themselves, but these two guys randomly know each other. And I'm like, "Oh, you're a magician. I bet you have some cards on you, and maybe like some coins." And he goes, "I do. I do have cards on me, and I have coins. Like magical coins. Oh, man. Love me some magicians. Anyways, the best part was Fitnoid, who I was there with, hated every second of this. She hated it. I loved it. I love the magic, and I don't know what it is about this. I loved how much she hated the magic. Like, that entertained me. She hated this guy so much, and I loved, I was indifferent. I loved that she hated him so much. Her face is just like, okay, I get it, Salt. Okay, you can go now. And then the guy asked me for a shot. He's like, you guys don't need to pay me, but I wouldn't say no to a shot. And then, you know, in my mind, I'm like, well, you did just spill beer and salt all over my table, so, no, I'm good. I'm good on getting you a shot. And also, this was kind of annoying too. He put salt on her hand and said, I assaulted you. That was the best part. I've just assaulted you. Well, there's one more thing. Oh, he told me his name when I first met him. His first name. I said, hi, I'm Steve. Nice to meet you. And then on the way out, you know, I'm very bad at names. So sometimes I try to say the name as many times as I can. So on the way out, I go, hey, well, nice to meet you. I say his real name. And he goes, don't call me that name. And I'm like, why did you introduce me to you with your name if you don't want to call your name? He goes, call me by my stage name. Well, okay, whatever. Whatever. Smooth. Sorry. So Tomas is not a good enough name. I have to call you Smoothini. Bye, Smoothini. Nice to meet you. Anyways, he was a really nice guy. I'm making the joke to make him seem like an asshole, to make it more funny. I'm trying to make the story more funny. He was actually a really cool guy, and the tricks were very impressive. So if you guys want to look it up, he's on YouTube doing every trick that I just described. He does these tricks on YouTube 14 years ago. So the joke is, no new tricks learned in 14 years. But now that I've met him in person, I kind of want to see the full act. He says he does like a 30-minute, like 45-minute act. I kind of want to see it. Let's find out how much the ticket prices are, and then we'll all go check it out. So anyways, magic trick guy. That was fun. Let's talk a little bit about skating. Baker Has a Death Wish 2 came out. Today I put out my video, like, not necessarily my video response, but sort of a summary of the video. We watched Jamie Foy's part. It was really, really good. I'll just sum up what I said in that video here because some of you guys don't watch those videos. Baker Has a Death Wish Volume 2. The easiest way for me to phrase this is like this. Baker has the #1 most recognizable brand in all of skateboarding. It is the brand for like the cool skaters, for the big tricks, for the, as we call it, the hijinks. And they've always done a great job balancing the funny stuff with the weird stuff, and then they throw in the crazy skateboarding tricks. Except for this new video, they threw in the weird stuff, they threw in the funny stuff, and it lacked really crazy skateboarding tricks. That, I'm not saying that Baker's like, some of the comments kind of misunderstood what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Baker's going bankrupt. I'm not saying that their brand sucks. I'm not saying that it's over. I'm not saying that every team rider is terrible. I'm simply saying that this video that came out is nowhere near like in the ballpark as any of the other videos they've put out. They've put out nothing but like legendary video, legendary video, legendary video, legendary video. And now they put out something that's barely mediocre, in my opinion. Barely mediocre. And when I say that, there's no reason for everybody to go, oh, Ninja's being a hater. Ninja's being mean. Ninja's being rude so he can get some clicks. I'm not being rude so I can get some clicks. Go watch the fucking video. And you tell me, you know what? Here's a task. The Baker Has a Death Wish. The Baker Has a Death Wish 2 challenge. Watch the video 2 times in a row. Try not to fall asleep. Try to watch the video 2 times in a row without fast forwarding, without skipping, without having to go like make a snack. Try it. You can't do it. You go now. Go back and watch Baker 3. Watch it twice. Easy. Watch it 3 times. Easy. 4 times. Easy. Because it's a great video with a great balance. The new video that came out, man, it just doesn't hold water to me. Jamie Foy, again, kind of the only reason the video is even saved. He saved the whole video. He put it on his back. And some of the comments were like, oh my God, I can't believe that a pro skater that's been skating for 30 years is declining. Yeah, bitch. I know Andrew Reynolds is not as good as he was, whatever, 10 years ago. I don't care. I will watch his skating no matter what. But it's not going to save the video. And that's the reason that that you can have younger guys on your team. You can have this AM team of hungry AMs. They're going to kill themselves. And then you can have the OGs that are just there for support, for guidance, you know, doing manuals, kind of just showing up, building hype. You know, there can be this passing of the torch in skating. It can happen on the video, but that's not what's happening. It's all the young guys are super mediocre. All the middle guys are mediocre. You got Jamie Foy, the savior of the fucking nation, and then you got Reynolds, who's, you know, he's kind of hanging on his Hall of Fame legendary status. Even him mixing it up with some cool manuals, right? Still really impressive. But overall, the video as a whole, not enough balance. Just mediocre video, man. And again, I said it on the video. I'll say it again. It watches like a vlog. I feel like I'm watching some unorganized Dan Corrigan vlog with a little bit less talking and maybe some more homeless people doing weird shit. If you disagree, you can disagree. But apparently for that opinion, I'm going to get punched one day by all the someones. Whatever. The video sucks, man. I get it. I get it. You guys have your friends are on the team or something. Yeah, you can't talk shit about it because my friends are on the team. Oh, who gives a fuck, man? Your friends are capable of being mediocre. You know that, right? Not all of your friends are going to be God forever. Well, I don't know. It's frustrating. Obviously, you can tell my frustration. It's frustrating for me that even having an opinion now is like I can say, hey, that guy only skates small stairs. He's a fucking pussy. What a loser. Right? I can say that. That would be like me being like a full-on hater. And then you could say, wow, Ninja's being a dick. Or I can say, why does this skateboarder only skate small stairs? That's an observation. That's not me hating. Never called you a pussy. But the disconnect in skating is now where if I go, yeah, he skates a lot of small stairs. I don't know why he does that. Everyone goes, he's not a pussy. And I go, I didn't say that. Oh, you're gonna get your ass beat for that. For what? I made an observation about like what's happening. I can have my opinions. I can have my observations without everybody being so fucking sensitive. They're so sensitive. I know it's easier said than done. I misunderstand comments all the time, so I can see how sometimes communication gets a little mixed up. But for the most part, skaters are pussies, and they keep on being pussies, and I'm afraid for the future. I really am. I just wanted to give a shout out to my bed. I bought my bed, my mattress, and my bed frame on Amazon, and everyone told me it would be the worst bed ever. And my bed is fine. Is it the best bed ever? No. But it has survived. It's great. It doesn't wiggle. It's not broken. You know what? I cheap out on shit all the time. And a lot of the times when I cheap out on stuff, it bites me in the ass. I bought something cheap and then it breaks too easily, or, you know, it goes bad early. The bed was a good idea. Buying the cheapest possible bed on Amazon was a great idea, and it worked out good. Can I try it out? Please. Yes. What are you doing tomorrow? Okay. Let's talk a little bit about movies. I watched a movie on Netflix called Badlands Hunter. It was from another language. I don't want to guess the language because if I say Korean and it's not Korean, then I'm stupid. If I say Chinese, I'm stupid. If I say Japanese, it's the wrong one. There were a lot of Asian people in this movie. It was a movie about someone getting kidnapped, and then there's this one badass guy who goes and saves everyone. I guess there's no clean drinking water. It's like post-apocalyptic, whatever. And this guy has to go save his daughter, kind of his daughter-in-law from an evil scientist. It's like every movie you've ever seen, right? Somebody goes in, like everyone's shooting. He dodges every bullet. He's able to throw magical knives that hurt people, and then and it's really like a lot of these Asian action movies that I see. They always have this one like extremely like comic relief guy, like they throw like a Kevin Hart into the middle of this serious story, and I like it. So there was that. There's one really tough guy, and there's one like super incompetent skinny guy that just gets lucky every time he kills someone. It's like luck. Anyways, if you like that style of movie, Badlands Hunter was very corny, but it was highly rated on Amazon, so I watched it. But if you don't have that much time, I will tell you guys what has taken over my life. Autism. I started watching this show called Love on the Spectrum, and I keep talking about it. I don't mean to be like an advertisement. I've been talking about it on stream every day. I talk about it in my real life. I've been watching it. I watch like 4 hours a day of this fucking show where they take people with autism, they teach them how to how to have a conversation romantically, and then they just throw them out there. They just throw them out in the world and say, good luck. I hope you guys can fucking figure this out. And it's so funny. And if you haven't seen it, before you judge me, because I know there's going to be some silent judging out there. Before you judge me, I'm not laughing at the show. I'm not sitting back just giggling, laughing at everybody. Not at all. It's actually like heartwarming. It's really positive. There's these intense moments of joy and happiness. You get to see these guys like when things go good. Like I have found out there's nothing more entertaining than a happy autistic person. Maybe that's why my podcast is so entertaining. Anyways, it's so good, dude, because they're hanging out, they're dating, and at one point they'll be dating, and it's like normal, and the food comes out, and this guy will just be like, you like dinosaurs? And they're like, yeah, I like dinosaurs. And then they're like, what's your favorite dinosaur? And they're like, I don't know, like a raptor. They go, oh, mine's a velociraptor, but then I also like the T-Rex, but then I also like the pterodactyl, but then I also like the flying one. Do you know that they can swim? You know birds are technically a type of pterodactyl, so birds are actually dinosaurs? That's interesting, isn't it? And then the chick's like, thank you. And I watch it, and the awkwardness makes me so happy. And although there is one part that's a little bit weird. The one part that I think is a little weird, and I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm making fun of it. I'm not making fun of it. It's just such a funny thought, is they take these people with like severe autism and then they put them on a date with somebody with Down syndrome. And those dates, those are the interesting episodes, because I don't know much about either like situation. I'm trying so hard to like be PC and not say the wrong words. I don't know much about like the effects of each, or what happens for each one. But when the autistic person on this show goes and dates the Down syndrome person, the Down syndrome person appears to not even be mentally present, because they'll be saying shit. They'll be saying, like, the autistic person will be saying these nice things about all the things that he realizes, and then the autistic person in these episodes just goes, thank you. But it'll be like, oh, I like my food. How do you like your food? Thank you. This is really a nice sunset. Do you like sunsets? Yeah, thank you. Okay, do you like animals? Thank you. It's just like, what is going on? Anyways, if you like to embrace the awkwardness. Also, I watched this, and this is not me like self-deprecating, I hope. Is that the right word, deprecating? Which one means talking down to yourself? Which one's shitting? One's pooping and one's talking shit. Defecating, deprecating. I'm not trying to talk shit on myself, but I watch these fucking autistic people go on dates, and it kind of reminds me of like my dating life. I'm like, fuck. Because they don't have any filter between their mind and what they say. So in the middle of the date, they're just like, I don't know anything to say. I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about. And sometimes, like, I think, like, in dating, like, I think we all feel that sometimes. You all feel like, not much to talk about. Like, whatever. And then you just kind of hang out for a minute, regroup. But when they do it, like, their regrouping is way more, like, obvious. And I think being less autistic, you can kind of mask. You can mask, like, the little mini anxiety that you have. Because, like, I'm always super, like, outgoing towards everybody. But even me, you get a moment in the night sometimes you're sitting with your buddies and everyone's playing on their phone and you're looking up, you're just like, man, I don't know what to fucking talk about, dude. You guys seen the new Dave Chappelle or something, or you bring up sports or something? But these guys, the way that they embrace like the awkwardness is great. Depreciating. What did I say? Deprecating? Depreciating. Maybe that was the word. Who knows? Let me know in a comment below. So yeah, autism show for me. It's funny. My buddy Tex, who used to work with autistic kids, he used to teach them how to skateboard. That was his job for many years. He said, "Don't watch this show. You're gonna hate it." And it just happened to show up, and I watched the trailer. I watched it, and I saw him a few days later, and I was like, "Dude, I know you said not to watch the show, but I watched it, and I loved it." So you know what? You can't always know what somebody's gonna like. Anyways, I think you guys would love it. Did anyone see the stuff about Vince McMahon? We're not going to talk about Vince McMahon right now, but if you guys want to do your own research, the joke I kept making about Vince McMahon is what happens now when he's at like a meeting with like Booker T. He's looking at Booker T. Booker T's looking at him. They're negotiating a contract or maybe a promotion or something. And Booker T's just thinking, what is this motherfucker thinking about me right now? What does he see when he looks at me? He must want me to pull out my dick. And I'm not going to explain the story. You guys will laugh at my commentary after you read the story, so go check that out. Anyways, today we do not have any trivia. It's my fault. Nobody reminded me at the beginning of the show. It's my fault. I said, you know, it's fucked up. I just said it's my fault, then I blamed you guys. It's not your fault. My fault. We'll get it next time. I've been really lacking on trivia anyways. We've just been doing math problems. But you know what? Is it really my fault? Is it really my fault when I ask like, is Hawaii a state? And half the chat goes, oh, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. Maybe it could be a country. And then I go, oh God. See, I can't even ask you guys questions like that. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Can you guys give me a, oh, hell yeah, in the chat so I can shout out everyone who made it to the end of the podcast? If you tuned in late, don't worry. The repeat of this podcast comes out on Sundays, just in time for your work week on Monday. It comes out on Podbean, on iTunes, on YouTube, on Spotify, on podcast app, everywhere where podcasts can be found. You can find this podcast, Stop Crying Poser. You can also donate money to me. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody serves you a drink, you say thank you, you give them $1. I make you guys laugh. You can give me $1. Some of you guys don't have any dollars, but what you can do is tell a friend about the podcast. Also, I do want to shout out 308 Jetto for the $1 donation. That was very nice of you. I'm happy to be here and entertain you guys. Tell a friend about the podcast. It's free, but here's what else you can do. You can also, if you have iTunes, you can go on iTunes, you can leave a review of my podcast. Log into iTunes, go on podcast. I don't know how to do it, but I know there's a way. Go on iTunes, leave a review, say that I'm funny, give me 5 stars if you want. That'd be fun. Shout out to Missy, XO, Twitch, Cam, 702D, Trick, Sully, Waldrop, Late Bloomer, Fitnoid, Love My Toe, Day Day, iBook Boy, Piggy Malone, The Real Griff, Cam 702, Miggy Pallone. I appreciate all you guys. That is the end of the podcast, but it is not the end. It is not the end of our stream. Also, if you're listening to this on YouTube, I stream on Twitch 4-5 days a week. Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, usually. So feel free to check me out. We watch YouTube videos, we watch skateboarding, we listen to music, we play Dance Dance Revolution, and we play games. We play really inappropriate games with some really nasty senses of humor. And we have a great time. And we drink beer sometimes. And we smoke the W. So what's better than drugs, beer, and laughing about horrible jokes? Nothing. That's why you should all follow me on Twitch. As I always say, I hope you guys have a great weekend. And don't drink too much and don't drink too little. So what's your favorite dinosaur? Thank you.